Hey, what is up everybody? Today gotta do a little tank maintenance and thought I'd bring you along with it. I can't honestly remember the last time these filters have been changed out. I'm pretty sure one was done in last November and September. I always try to do them separate so I don't mess up too much of the biologics. But the glass needs to be scrubbed, and this filter is going to get changed today because it's on the side that I do the most feeding. So that's the little feeding ring that floats, and so much food gets sucked down the back because this was set up for, this tank was designed for salt water, like a reef tank. So those overflows, literally when you throw pellets in, if that ring wasn't there, you would probably lose like 50% of the pellets without that feeding ring. And the way these guys eat like crazy anyway, I mean, they thrash the pellets around and I probably still lose 50% of them down the back anyway. So yeah, this FX6 is gonna get cleaned. I'm gonna show some of the gross stuff. I'm not gonna go into super in-depth because there's probably a million videos on how to clean an FX6 and all the other canister filters. And I'm pretty sure in the past I've done one anyway. So and there's the turtle chilling on his perch. I never actually get to see him go completely out of the water into this little terrarium area, but he always chills, and I say he because I think it's a he, and I honestly have no idea besides what Google's told me in YouTube. But he always sits backwards like this and backs up to it. I don't know if he's nervous about the fish or nervous about being up on dry land, and if he faces the water he can make a great escape. But at least he's using it and he has the option to get out of the water. Sorry for the glare. Fish are all doing great in this tank. Super quick. I love how it's set up under here. Left these hoses, extra long underneath, so when it's underneath it kind of looks a little messy. But having the extra long hose means I can pull the canister out, drop it onto the towel, open it, and not worry about spilling water on the actual wood. The other thing is, and I've thought about it, is in kitchen cabinetry, they make heavy duty sliders for like pots and pans. So something along like, like a draw system that you could, pull out. And I always thought it'd be pretty cool to bolt down like a stainless steel roller system on the wood and be able to just pull the canister out just like you would a trash can from under the sink, or a pots and pans rack. I just don't know, could it support the weight of this, because this thing, I mean, it probably weighs 60 pounds. I mean, this thing's heavy, if not even more. Honestly, it does not seem that bad, but I am super surprised of all the snail shells with the loaches. I never see a snail in the tank, but they are populating and dying in the FX6, which is kind of crazy, but definitely alive. So I'm gonna collect some of these and throw them into a different tank first, and then get scrubbing. And not gonna lie, this is not as nasty as I thought it would be. I literally thought these things would be covered in sludge, especially since I've been upping the feeding, especially with the turtle in the tank, throwing hot dogs in there, all kinds of shrimp. I would consider these things clean. So once all the sponges are clean, I do keep the media in the original fish tank water to keep it warmer. I know the sponges hold plenty of bacteria as well, but they get hit with the garden hose or straight out of the faucet. I've never had any issues. I know some people say do it all in tank water, not too worried. Also have another bag of brand new media. And I'm gonna add this in just because there's some extra room in the base here that I didn't realize, so always a great time to make adjustments. All right, so we are back in the fish room / garage. Super quick. Just remember on your FX6 and other models, they do have a drain on the bottom. So if you don't want to carry that weight all the way outside, use the drain. Garage door is only about 15 feet away, so it's okay. And remember when you are tightening down the top to go in some kind of star pattern, don't just go clockwise or counterclockwise. You want to make sure it's evenly tight all the way around. This is completely empty at the moment, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a siphon really fast from the tank and fill this up and then reattach it. Got the siphon going, clamp up top, hose running in, and all I do is kind of listen. I mean, I guess you could leave the top off and watch, but I've always just done it this way and listened when I hear it kind of gurgle. I know I'm close enough to the top. And after that, I'm just gonna reattach it, and besides scrubbing the glass, maintenance is done. Literally between the two of these, it's, I don't know, 4 times, I mean, clean each filter twice a year, so 4 cleanings a year. Really not that bad. And for the most part, just scrubbing the glass, which I never do and should. The glass is probably the most disgusting part. I really can't wait to rescape this. I really want to go with more river rock style because this is kind of a saltwater look to it. All right, tank is clean, glass is scrubbed, and glass is wiped down on the outside. Can still see plenty of spots of algae that I missed on the glass, but it looks so much better. The water is completely disgusting. Yeah, anyway, we'll come back when it's cleaned. I still don't know what I want to do here. I've mentioned it. I think I want to put a spotlight. And if anybody knows, does this guy need like a reptile light? Even though he doesn't really bask. All right. Tank looks so much cleaner. Still a little bit of debris floating around, but it's been about 20 minutes. One of the biggest things I've noticed though is the outlet here, this Venturi pipe setup, really is hammering out bubbles right now. So even though the filter wasn't overly dirty, it was definitely clogged. And I figured I'd take this opportunity, do a quick feeding. That is half a hot dog, kind of cut up into cubes, and a couple longer pieces. And well, these guys know. And they just go crazy for it. The nice part is the bigger I cut them, they don't get sucked down the drain as much. Over the overflow, they just kind of get stuck, and it makes it real easy then for the turtle to pick it off. Guys, I'm sorry for the glare of the window. Try to block it a bit. And most of the hot dogs are gone. I think the turtle is lucky if he got one. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you enjoy your day. Bye.